Hello, book lovers! Today's video is all about expressing what your favorite novel means to you. How do you put your attachment, your thoughts, and the transformation it induced in you into words? Discussing literature can be difficult, but we're here to make it simple. Using a popular novel as an example, let's dive right into mastering the art of expressing our love for books. Get comfortable and get ready to explore the world of narratives and characters. Ever wondered why some books become our favorites while others fail to leave a mark? It's often the magic of storytelling, the spellbinding characters, the plot that keeps us on our toes, and sometimes it's simply the emotional connection we build with these imaginary worlds. Today, we're going to explore one such book, a recent read that managed to weave its magic on me. So buckle up, fellow bookworms, as we delve into the heart of a story that's truly captivating. Let's dive into a book that recently managed to captivate me. The book that made a strong impression on me recently is 100 Summers, penned by Beatrice Williams. Who is Beatrice Williams, you ask? Well, she's an American author, known for her ability to weave together complex narratives with compelling characters. Born in Seattle, raised in Switzerland, and educated at Stanford, she's as worldly as her stories. Williams has a knack for transporting readers into different places and times, making her books an absolute treat for the imagination. 100 Summers is no different. In this book, she takes us back to the 1930s, a decade marked by economic depression and the looming threat of another world war. But don't let the historical context intimidate you. Williams has a way of making history feel like the backdrop to a personal story, rather than the story itself. Now let's explore what this book is all about. Imagine a world where reality is skewed, where the ordinary is extraordinary and the mundane magical. That's the kind of universe our book unfurls. Without revealing too much, let's tiptoe into the labyrinth of its plot. We're greeted by a setting that's as familiar as it is foreign. Picture a town that could be anywhere, filled with people who could be anyone. Yet there's an undercurrent of something more, a whisper of the extraordinary that permeates the everyday. The story weaves itself around this paradox, drawing us deeper into its enigmatic heart. The plot unfolds like a tapestry of interconnected lives, each thread contributing to the grand design. It's a story that explores the profound in the prosaic, the sublime in the simple, and the extraordinary in the everyday. It's about the choices we make, the paths we walk, and the ripple effects that they create. The book lays out a smorgasbord of themes, each more tantalizing than the last. It delves into the complexities of human relationships, the intricacies of personal identity, and the delicate dance between fate and free will. It's a narrative that challenges us to look beyond the surface, to question what we know, and to find beauty in the unexpected. At the heart of the story is a mystery, a puzzle that begs to be solved. But this isn't your conventional whodunit. Oh no, this mystery is much more than a mere plot device. It's a catalyst, a key that unlocks the door to a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. This book is a journey, a voyage into a world that's at once familiar and strange, ordinary and extraordinary. It's a narrative that compels us to question, to ponder, to wonder. It's a story that leaves us richer for having read it, a tale that lingers long after the last page is turned. Sounds intriguing, right? Let's meet the characters next. In this fascinating world, we meet characters such as... Our first character is the protagonist, a feisty and fiercely independent individual who marches to the beat of their own drum. They're a bit of a mystery, a puzzle that keeps us turning the pages, eager to know more about them. They have a heart full of courage and a spirit that won't be tamed. This character, with their fiery spirit and unwavering resolve, is the driving force of our narrative. Next, we meet the antagonist. This character isn't just a villain for villainy sake. They are complex, with motives and backstory that add depth to their character. They are the mirror image of our protagonist, a stark contrast that highlights the protagonist's virtues. Their interactions with our hero are a dance of conflict and tension, a chess match that keeps us on the edge of our seats. Then, we have the best friend, the sidekick who's always there with a word of encouragement or a lighthearted joke to break the tension. They are the heart of the story, the one who grounds our protagonist and reminds them of what they're fighting for. They provide a touch of warmth and humanity amidst all the drama and conflict. Lastly, let's not forget about the mentor, the wise old sage who guides our protagonist. They're the voice of wisdom, the guiding light that shows our hero the path forward. They are a beacon of hope in the darkest times, a source of inspiration when all seems lost. These characters, each unique in their own way, create a tapestry of personalities and perspectives that enrich the narrative. They clash, they reconcile, they grow, and in doing so, they make the story more vibrant and engaging. These characters bring the story alive, and here's why. They're not just figures on a page, they are living, breathing entities with their own dreams, fears, and desires. They are the heart and soul of the book, the ones who draw us into their world and make us care about what happens to them. They are the reason we laugh, we cry, we cheer, and ultimately, they are the reason we keep reading. What's a story without its characters, right? The characters in any narrative are the heart and soul of the tale. They're the ones that breathe life into the pages, giving us a reason to turn each one with anticipation. In our favorite book, the characters are the centerpiece, the ones around which the story revolves. Let's start with our protagonist. She's a strong-willed individual, a beacon of resilience and determination. Her strength is admirable, but it's her flaws that make her so relatable. She's impulsive, often acting before thinking, and this leads her into precarious situations. But it's through these trials that she shows growth. By the end of the book, she's learned the value of patience and thoughtfulness, adding a layer of depth to her character that wasn't there in the beginning. Then there's our antagonist. He's not your typical villain. He's complex, with motives that are both understandable and deeply flawed. His actions, while misguided, stem from a place of hurt and fear, making him a character we can empathize with, even while we root against him. There are also the supporting characters, each with their unique quirks and personalities. They're the ones that add color to the story, providing comic relief, sage advice, or a shoulder to lean on for our protagonist. Their contributions may seem small, but they're integral to the plot and our protagonist's journey. These characters, with their strengths, flaws, and growth, are what make the story so compelling. They're the ones that draw us in, making us laugh, cry, or yell in frustration. They allow us to see ourselves within the pages, experiencing their triumphs and failures as if they were our own. So why do the characters matter? They matter because they're the ones that make the story real. They allow us to see the world through different eyes, to experience different lives, and to learn lessons we may not have learned otherwise. Now that we've met the characters, let's talk about why this book left a lasting impression on me. A book's impact often lies in the emotions it stirs within us. And oh boy, did this one stir some emotions? It was like a roller coaster ride, a symphony of feelings that played out in the theater of my mind. The author, with their skilled pen, took me on a journey through a spectrum of emotions. One moment, I was laughing out loud at the witty banter between the characters. The next, I was reaching for tissues, deeply touched by their struggles and triumphs. The book had a unique way of making me feel connected to the characters, as if I was a silent observer in their world. Their joys became my joys, their sorrows, my sorrows. I felt their frustration as they navigated through life's challenges and their relief when they found solutions. Each emotional wave was a new experience, a fresh perspective that made me reflect on my own life. There were times when the book made me uncomfortable, pushing me out of my comfort zone. It asked difficult questions, provoked thoughts I would rather avoid, but isn't that the mark of a great book? It challenges us, makes us question our beliefs, and in the process helps us grow. There were also moments of pure joy when the book felt like a warm cup of cocoa on a cold winter's day, comforting and soothing. It was these moments that made me fall in love with the story, the characters, and the world the author had painstakingly created. As I turned the last page, a sense of melancholy washed over me. It was the kind of sadness you feel when you say goodbye to a dear friend. The characters and their stories had become a part of my life, and I was not ready to let them go. The emotional journey this book took me on was profound and deeply resonating. It made me laugh, it made me cry, it made me think. It left an indelible imprint on my heart, a lasting impression that I will carry with me for a long time. But the question remains, would I recommend this book? The ultimate test of a book's worth often lies in whether we'd recommend it to others. Now, would I recommend this book? Without a second thought, my answer is a resounding yes. But let's delve a little deeper into the why and the who. Firstly, the who. Who would I recommend this book to? Well, it's not just a book for the avid readers out there or the literary enthusiasts who delve into the depths of every phrase. This is a book for anyone and everyone who enjoys a good story. It's a book for those who appreciate a well-crafted narrative, who relish the journey of characters, and who are drawn to the power of words. If you're someone who loves to get lost in different worlds, this book is your ticket. If you're someone who relishes the thrill of a plot twist, this book will keep you on your toes. If you're someone who enjoys understanding the human condition through the lens of fiction, this book is your looking glass. Now, on to the why. Why would I recommend this book? In a nutshell, because it's a compelling read. It's one of those books that grabs you from the first page and refuses to let go until you've turned the last one. It's a book that leaves an imprint on your mind, a book that you'll find yourself thinking about long after you've finished reading. This book is engaging, it's thought-provoking, and it's beautifully written. It's a book that takes you on a roller coaster of emotions and leaves you feeling satisfied at the end. It's a book that connects with you on a human level, and that's the kind of book that's worth recommending. So if you're a reader who enjoys a good story, a well-developed character, and a plot that keeps you guessing, this book is for you. So there you have it, my recent favorite book and why it caught my fancy. Books are magical, aren't they? It's fascinating how they can transport us to different worlds, introduce us to new people, and even change our perspectives. Today, we dove into the depths of our favorite book, explored its plot, met its characters, and pondered over the lasting impression it left on us. We started with a hook, a glimpse into the book that drew us in. We then delved into the plot, the backbone of our book, the storyline that kept us turning the pages. Our journey continued as we got acquainted with the characters, the heroes and villains, the supporting cast, and everyone in between who made the story what it is. We didn't stop there, did we? We looked at why these characters matter, how they contribute to the story, and the roles they play in the grand scheme of things. And finally, we discussed the lasting impression the book left on us, the emotions it stirred, and the thoughts it provoked. And of course, we pondered the ultimate question, to recommend or not to recommend. We discussed why we would recommend this book and also contemplated the reasons that might stop us from doing so. Now it's your turn. We'd love to hear about your favorite books. What are the stories that captivated you, the characters that touched your heart, and the books that left an indelible mark on your soul? Share your recommendations in the comments below. Thank you for joining me in this literary journey. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more interesting discussions.